My name is Jojo, and I'm here to simply recommend movies and TV shows that I personally like in the hopes that you, the viewer, may watch and like as well. Keep in mind that I do not do negative reviews, and the movies and TV shows that I speak about on these episodes do not have to be classics, blockbusters, or high-budgeted A-list movies. They just have to be entertaining. Movies that I find simply entertaining. If you have seen the movie that I will be speaking about in this particular episode, feel free to comment and share your views or views regarding it down below. Now let's begin. The movie that I will be recommending in this episode is one of my all-time favorites, The Last Dragon. Released in 1985, it stars T-Mac, the beautiful Vanity, the also talented Julius Curry, and Christopher Murray. Some people inaccurately state that Barry Gordy wrote the film. However, it was written by Louis Vanosta. Withal, Michael Schultz directed it. Rupert Hitzig produced it for Barry Gordy. Rated PG-13, The Last Dragon is an action comedy set in 1985 Harlem, New York. What gives this movie its peculiar charm is that it's so outrageous, and yet throughout the entire movie, it manages to be entertaining and fun. And the story is this. The main character, Leroy Green, played by T-Mac, has embarked on a long journey to become a kung fu master. And along this journey, he inadvertently comes into the crosshairs of the main protagonist, Shonuff, played by Julius Curry, and the secondary antagonist, Eddie Arcadian, played by Christopher Murray. And at the end, Leroy has to prove if he has what it takes to become a kung fu master. Now I'm going to talk about some of the characters of the movie. Leroy's character is very awkward and shy. He is in stark contrast to the rest of the characters of the movie. He is a young man at the age of 20 or so who was raised and is still living in an urban community but adheres to traditional kung fu culture. His family and most of the people throughout the film speaks in typical 1980s argot and dresses in typical 1980s fashion. Leroy, on the other hand, speaks as if he's in a 1970s kung fu flick, and throughout most of the movie, he wears traditional Chinese clothing. The man even eats popcorn with chopsticks. His little brother, Richie, played by the late Leo O'Brien, is the exact opposite of him. Richie is hip, confident, and street smart. And throughout the entire movie, or nearly the entire movie, he rags on Leroy constantly, to the point that he is on the cusp of bullying him. Laura Charles, played by the late and beautiful R&B singer Vanity, is Leroy's love interest and plays the damsel in distress. She is also the host of a very popular musical variety show called Seventh Heaven. I mentioned earlier that Leroy has two antagonists, two enemies, and now I am going to discuss them. Leroy's secondary enemy is Eddie Arcadian, who is a quirky, short mob boss who desires to have his reach in the music industry so greatly that he's driven to madness. I won't spoil the movie for those who haven't seen it yet as to how this madness plays out. Leroy's primary enemy is Shonuff. Shonuff is undoubtedly one of the most iconic characters in movie history. Even though The Last Dragon is about Leroy and his journey, Shonuff is typically who people think of first when the movie is mentioned. His persona is over the top. I would describe him as a Kung Fu Zulu warrior pimp who speaks heavy jive. Throughout the entire movie, his character is motivated by his deep disdain for Leroy because he perceives Leroy as the only man standing between him and total supremacy of the martial world of Harlem, New York. Like I said before, The Last Dragon is very fun and entertaining. Part of what makes it entertaining is its soundtrack, which is lively and unique. It's a mix of soul and 80s funk tracks that were written and sung by El DeBarge, Vanity, Stevie Wonder, and Willie Hutch, just to name a few. That's all I have to say for this episode. You can watch The Last Dragon on any of the various streaming apps, or you can order your own personal copy on DVD, Blu-ray, or on 4K Blu-ray disc, or if you want the nostalgic effect, on VHS. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Read Deuteronomy 30, verses 1 through 10, and do not answer the next phone
Don't call my house, but no more.
Hello?
Hello, Thomas. Let me speak to Yar.
Man, you got the wrong number.
I have the correct number. I'm certain of it because Yar has been waiting for me to call him at this number for the past 42 years. He heard his name. He is there with you.
Who is this?
He is inside of you.
On my phone.
He is the demon that is within you.